Hello and welcome, my name is Parky and today I'm starting a new series called An Evening Playing, insert name of game. Now the main purpose of this series is to give me the opportunity to play things I wouldn't necessarily otherwise get a chance to play. Now today's agenda we have Solar 2, which is a Steam game. It's currently £6.99 on the Steam store. I don't know what that is in dollars, so I apologise to American listeners and viewers or whatever. But anyway, the main premise of this game is to gain mass. You are a sentient planet, basically. You start out as an asteroid, you have to collide into other asteroids to gain enough mass to reach the next stage of your life cycle as a planet. Which I don't think is how it works in real life, but never mind. So anyway, as you can see here, I am now a small planet because I've absorbed enough other asteroids. And as a small planet, you just have to fly past asteroids to sort of hook them into your gravitational field. You then absorb the asteroids and gain even more mass. To get to the next stage, you need to gain enough mass, which you can measure on the small bar to the top left of the screen. Now that shows how far you are to the next stage of your life cycle. We are now in the life planet stage, which is the stage where you have life on your planet's surface. There are a couple of disadvantages and advantages to having life on your planet. The good thing is that, as you'll see in a minute hopefully, you do get little ships flying around which are shown as little green arrows. Hopefully it should cut to it any second. Come on, stupid editing. Here we go. So, you'll see those little green arrows flying around. They will protect your planet from other sentient planets with life on them. And this little ring that's flashing around our planet is a shield, which you can also see is now, it's appeared below the progress bar to the next stage on the top left. The little sort of pointy arrow things on your surface of your planet are gun turrets, and they'll protect you against enemy ships if they become too close to your planet. The enemy ships are shown as those little red arrows that you see there. And when you get close to another sentient planet, the two planets will basically have a little space battle with these green and red arrows, which is always quite nice. But the thing that gets quite irritating about it is that your ships will eventually start shooting the asteroids out of the sky, because obviously the people living on your planet, don't honestly like you bringing all these asteroids down on them to grow bigger, and obviously they don't want to turn into a star because they'll all die, which is a lovely story. But here we are, so we're now a small star, and the way in which we progress to the next level here is to actually hook planets. So everything is scaling up a bit now. We're not interested in asteroids, we're now a big greedy star. And that on the left there was a star system. Now on the top left again you can now see a little planets tab. We have 2 out of 3 slots here. And I'm now a medium star even, which means I can now absorb even more planets or even take them into my solar system. There's not really much advantage to having a solar system other than it gets in the way, which isn't really a good advantage, meaning there are no advantages. Well done, Parky. But you just got to carry on absorbing as many planets as you can. I think the absorption button is a space bar, so it's not really difficult to learn the controls for this. It's just WASD. You can use a 360 pad, there is the option for that. But yeah, you keep on flying around, you hook even more planets into your orbit, and you absorb them until you turn even bigger. So I am now a large star here, which I will show you a bit of. It's pretty much the same premise as when you're a small and a medium star. You fly around hooking more planets until you gain enough mass to turn into a neutron star, which is the next stage of the production of our... well, I won't spoil it, you'll see at the end what we turn into. The main aim of this game is to become very, very dense, and those of you who are into physics will know what I mean by very, very dense in space. So yeah, you probably guess what you turn into at the end of this game. But yeah, we're going to fly around a bit more, gathering as many planets as we can. We've now got 2 life planets there, which, you know, quite useful, but we're not really coming into contact with many other star systems. That star system had 2 stars in it, which is kind of cool. You can do that by hooking asteroids to your life planets and absorbing them through your planet, and you might even be lucky enough to get two stars orbiting each other, which is always kind of cool, but there's not really much advantage to it. I think you can absorb the other sun when you want to, but there we are. So we're now a neutron star. A neutron star can only hold 4 planets in its orbit, which is odd because the large star could actually hold 8. I think this is just because even though it's more dense and it has more mass, it isn't as large, and so it possibly can't hold things as far out. I don't know. I didn't make this game, I have no idea, but yeah, the premise is exactly the same as the small, medium and large star. You just fly around. Each time you get to the next stage you have a slightly stronger gravitational field, and this allows you to drag things into your orbit from further away, so you don't have to get quite so close to planets. That's a pretty cool star system right there, 3 stars all linked together. That's pretty rare, I haven't seen that before to be honest, but you know, you bump into all sorts of things in this game. But yeah, so we're going to carry on flying through the star system. Again, we're just ignoring all the asteroids because, you know, we're too big and hungry for asteroids now. We just want to eat planets and destroy people's lives, as any up-and-coming star does. Lol. But yeah, hopefully we're going to cut in a minute to the end of the neutron star's life cycle. Actually, this is a good point to say that when you collide with planets and asteroids in any form, you actually lose mass, so the mass counter on the top left will go down, which means that you have to absorb even more stuff to get back to where you were. And it's quite irritating sometimes because you might be just on the verge of getting to that next stage and you might hit another planet, and then you'll be taken, you know, you take about a quarter of your progress away just from not being careful. But yeah, so we're almost at the black hole now, as you've probably noticed. That is the next stage. You do turn into a black hole, which is probably the, well, in my personal opinion, the funnest part of this game is turning into a black hole and just destroying everything. This game is a lot about destruction and death and unhappiness, but, you know, space is a harsh place, and we should be grateful that our sun doesn't eat us on whim. That was weird. Anyway, yeah, so there's another neutron star. We can't do anything with that. You can't absorb smaller stars as a larger star. So if I were to come across a small star as a neutron star, you can't hook that into your orbit and absorb it. Unfortunately, I don't know why. You could. I mean, it does seem to make sense that you would be able to do something like that, but again, I didn't program the game, so I don't know what they were thinking. Not saying it's a bad thing, really, but yeah, that was a close call there. I don't really know what happened, but I almost got sucked into that other star system, which wouldn't have been fun, but I would have probably edited it out and no one would have ever known. But yeah, at this stage we just need one more planet to get to the next stage, and there it is. And here we go. So we are now a black hole, and as a black hole you have an extremely strong gravitational field. This is because you're extremely dense, and so you can suck things in from really far away, including entire star systems and other small black holes. The problem with this is that as a black hole, if you are encroached upon by a larger black hole, you will die. You will be absorbed into that other black hole. As you can see there was a smaller black hole that I absorbed. Works the same way. If there's a bigger one, just run away from it because you will die. And basically in this game, when you die, if you completely destroy yourself by running into another star as a planet, or if you get absorbed by a bigger black hole, then it takes you back to the start of that stage. So if I were to die here, which I think I actually do in a minute, it will take me back to the first stage of being a black hole. So I'll just be a small black hole again, which isn't the end of the world. It just means that we have to absorb all the stuff again and get to the stage. And the observant of you will have noticed that the next stage in the production of our black hole is the Big Crunch, and this is basically the end of the universe. As lovely as that sounds. Yeah, this game is sounding very depressing suddenly. So yeah, we're just going to absorb as many stars as we can, and you see this little exclamation mark here with the red arrow. This is me dying. Basically that's a warning that there is a black hole nearby which is bigger than your black hole, which means that you need to run away as quickly as possible basically, else you're going to die. So there's another one there, and this time I managed to escape. And basically by escaping you give yourself a bit more time to absorb as much matter as possible. And I'm not going to ruin what happens here, I'm just going to let you watch the rest of it, but what I'm going to say is all the sort of generic YouTuber, oh come check out my channel stuff because I'm brilliant and all of that. So if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like, a comment, or maybe even favourite it, because it all really does help me out. This is the first one of these that I've actually done. I normally do Let's Plays on my channel, including like Minecraft and all that generic stuff, so if you enjoyed the commentary, please feel free to check out my channel. I will put a link in probably the video and the description to my channel. So, this is the end of the game. We're turning into a black hole, and that is the end of the universe. The entire universe has been sucked into us. Oh, and what is happening here? Very exciting. And that is the creation of the universe again. But that's not it, you start again as an asteroid, so it's brilliant. So please feel free to subscribe if you liked this. Goodbye, and thanks guys. Tune in next time.